Why you coming out here talking about Marshall? That nigga been dead for days now. What's up? What's up, though, y'all? Ghosting and supporting Tagari. Marcus was good. Need some of these NBA heads to come in here. That's what I need. Nigga, it's gonna be nearly impossible for me to catch up on football. I ain't watched that shit in so long. You know what I would have to do to catch up on that shit? Last time I watched football, like the last year that I really, be honest, I'd never been super into football, to be honest. But I used to somewhat watch it. The last time I somewhat watched it was probably 2013, maybe. And I was a Colts fan. But I think from what I was seeing for a while, the Colts was doing the Colts was doing decent, right? I mean, maybe I will start tuning in to the playoffs just to talk me a little shit. But it ain't gonna be that much fun for me because correct me if I'm wrong, but the bum ass Cowboys didn't make it this year, right? Well, I check out the movie Be Happy with Tisha Campbell, Mekhi Pfeiffer, and Russell Hornsby, produced by Mary J. Blige. It's interesting. I might. We'll see. I hated the Patriots going when I did watch it. That's the other thing I could not see. The Cowboys was more so just making fun of them because they were ass, and my whole family are Cowboy fans. Also, Solo, when she used to watch football, she was a diehard Cowboy fan. Like she'd get mad and block a nigga for like 3 days just because he talking about his lottie. Like she used to do that shit in college. It's crazy. But yeah, I didn't like the Patriots ass. I was a big Tom Brady hater. Damn, the Colts didn't make it either. They were starting out pretty well. They must start losing. Well, and I know Kansas City didn't make it this year too. I saw that. Anyways, though, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I didn't think my audience would be too big because I know I don't do too many NBA topics like that, but I'm gonna start inserting them in more, especially since Force is about to be done, and maybe in the next week. So I'm gonna need some more stuff to help carry it on. Also, I'm actually streaming this on my other channel as well too. So I'm basically getting the buzz from this channel to go over there. And once that one has been built up enough following, I'll stop doing it on this channel. Fuck the Patriots. But anyways, anyways though, it'd have been cool. Buckets, Hezzy, or Brandon or any of them was up in here for these topics, especially that second one. Because first and foremost, I just was going to cover what I think is the top 10 in the NBA as of now. Oh, what's up to Leah? She knows some knowledge about NBA. Cool. I can talk it a little bit with her. So in the NBA, right now, for the people that do watch, I'll ask you, if you're in the chat, who do you think is in the top 10, like the top 10 players in the NBA as of now? I haven't really sat and thought about it and put my list together, so I guess I'm going to just come up with it now. But just simply thinking off the top of my head right now, I know SGA is in it, Nikola Jokic is in it, Luka is in it, Steph is in it. I guess I'll put Wemby in it. Maybe Jalen Brunson. Oh yeah, Giannis. So that's 7 I got. Let's see who else am I missing. Cade Cunningham has really emerged this year, so I would say he's in it. And although he's injured, I'll say when healthy, Jason Tatum. Hell no. Hell no. This is my job. Westbrook is actually not playing bad this year either. Like, for the people that kept on trying to say he washed and stuff, he's actually the Kings' best player right now. But he's not a top 10. And neither is LeBron. But let me think. Honestly, I'm trying to think. Jalen Brown actually might be top 10 too, but I'm sitting here trying to think about it. Oh yeah, maybe I'm thinking Kevin Durant might take that last spot. Maybe Kevin Durant. But you know these niggas. Oh yeah, Ant. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant didn't make it. I'm giving it to Anthony Edwards. I'm giving it to Anthony Edwards. To me, Kevin Durant probably is. Let me see. Who else did I put in? Let me be sure. For sure, I'm not taking Kevin Durant over Jokic, over SGA, over Giannis, over Luka, over Steph. Probably not taking him over Bronson at this point in his career. Now I'm not taking him over Tatum. So now let me think more. Honestly, I probably would take Cade Cunningham over Kevin Durant at this point in his career too. So that's 8. Kawhi Leonard, when he's healthy, damn near is in the top 10 too. Yeah, I did say Bronson the first time. You said take Wemby out? But I don't know if I'll take. Kevin Durant over Wemby at the. I mean, he's so injury prone that maybe. But if you just go with the overall impact of the game right now, I might take Wemby over him. But that's up. That's I guess that's up for grabs right now. But yeah, so if we're not including the injured players, then that would absolutely take away Tatum, and then for sure Kevin Durant has a spot. But like I said, I think when healthy, I'm taking Kawhi Leonard over him too. So, and then you got Ant Man, got to take Anthony Edwards over him. So, you know who else damn near we should be talked about? Yeah, I might think it's crazy, but Tyrese Maxey has been really fucking good lately. So, I mean, I think it's fair to at least put him in the conversation. He's top 15 unquestionably. Then you still got my boy Devin Booker out there as well, which I think is one of the most slept on players in the league. No, I thought about Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think he's better than any of the players I mentioned. I mean, the league is tough now. I don't think I'm not taking Donovan Mitchell over none of the players I mentioned. In fact, I'm not taking Donovan Mitchell over Jaylen Brown. You said top 20. They might hide in top 20, but the Maxi ad be serving. Do you be paying attention to that nigga? Nigga, Maxi be giving anybody buckets. That nigga lightning fast, got a nice ass shot, can get to the rack down there at hole at will, and then I mean he's not the greatest defender, but he can be scrappy, plays the passing lanes well, but sometimes playing the passing lanes is not don't equal to good defense. So if I was to narrow down this now, this is when it's gonna start to get tricky and niggas gonna say I'm tripping probably. You say he's nice, but he's competing against Cade Bronson and other elite guards in the East. Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about top 10. I don't think what other guard, let me see, guards that I'll take unquestionably over Tyrese Maxey is, let's see, I'll take Cade over him. Probably I'll take Bronson. Maybe Jaylen Brown. I'm taking Steph for sure. For me, Luca is not a fucking guard. That's my opinion. This nigga's not a guard. Nigga's a fucking. He really is a small forward if you ask me. But if you want to say Luca, so we'll say Luca. And then I mean Tyrese Maxey. I think he's like a top 15 player. maybe a top. You might not be too far off saying top 20. But now narrowing it down to a top 5, that's when it started to get. Because to be honest with you, I think it's some overrated players that's in the league, and we're gonna get to one of them pretty soon. I'm not gonna be on here too long because for one thing, I know the fan base isn't too. Yeah, Giannis absolutely top 5, no question. You could low key argue Giannis the best in the league. You could argue that for sure. But for me, right now, top 5, give me Giannis, give me, give me. I'll take Nikola Jokic because I think he's unquestionably top 5. But I do think he's overrated. I'm going to get to that in just a moment when we get to him. But he is top 5. And then, of course, SGA is top 5. So that's 3 I think you can't take out. So that then you would get to who takes the last 5. I mean, the next 2, I mean. So, um, it's crazy. Yeah, Wemby when he's healthy, yeah, probably is. But this nigga, shit, lately he's been coming off the bench. That's how banged up he's been. I know this nigga didn't just say Trae Young. That's why they just traded his ass because this nigga ain't shit. Trae Young is a good player, not a great one. Like he jacks up a lot of terrible shots. And you notice he shoots a lot of long threes, but he really doesn't make a high percentage of them. But yet he continues to shoot them. He turns the ball over at a very high rate. And then on top of that, he's arguably the worst defender in the league. The only person I think you can argue is a bit worse defender than Trae Young is maybe Luka. And that's crazy. So speaking of that trade, really quick, that trade. I didn't even look to see who they fucking traded him for. I just seen that they said Trae Young was going to Washington. And it made me wonder who the fuck did they trade him for? Who do Washington even have to offer to get that nigga? So for me, oh yeah, that is who it was, McCollum and Kingsbury. I think honestly, Talia though, I think they were just trying to get rid of his contract. That's what it was. They didn't give a fuck about getting back what he's worth. They wanted to get rid of his contract, get some players that ain't got no ego. I haven't checked the contracts of McCollum and Kisper, but more than likely they probably got some declining contracts so that they can, free up their money for the up and coming season next year because they're looking to rebuild. So they're gonna look to fit some pieces around a new young star and move on like that. Well, yeah, I just got to saying what I thought of the Trae Young trade, but yeah, I mean they just wanted to get rid of him because they freeing up money preparing for the future. Trade they knew they wasn't gonna go anywhere with Trae Young. So I have been hearing rumors about AD potentially getting traded. I haven't necessarily heard about LaMelo. Like honestly, I would love to see AD if the only thing this nigga just stay hurt, bro. Like if somebody could get this nigga some of that shit that LeBron using so that he can stop getting hurt, I would love to see him in Phoenix. I think if we could get him in Phoenix and he stayed healthy, we would be a championship team because he would be our final piece. But right now, they said, from what I heard from another source, they said, what did they? I think they said the Hawks is looking at Anthony Davis, and who was that other team? I know the Hawks was one of them. It was somebody else. I think maybe the Bucks, if I'm not mistaken. I think they may have said the Bucks. Bulls. Okay, that's what it was. Gotcha. Well, if they give AD the option, he probably would select the Bulls because he's from Chicago, so that would make more sense. It makes me wonder though, speaking of Ja, is Memphis looking to move Ja?